Okay, so hey guys, and welcome back to another predictions video. And in today's video I'm going to be predicting the Okolie versus Light fight. If you're new around here though and you haven't subscribed, please do so. Like the video if you do indeed like the video, and let's get straight into it. So going into this fight, Okolie is 18-0 with 14 KOs and Light is 20-0 with 12 KOs. This fight is for the WBO World Cruiserweight title. Okolie's last fight was a win via unanimous decision versus Czeslak over a year ago now, so he's had about just under 13 months out the ring. Light's last fight was a win by split decision versus Glanton. This is Okolie's first fight with Boxer and is in his home country. Obviously, he is used to fighting here, and he's gonna be the favourite, of course, here. And this is, like I said, his first fight with Boxer. He's had a lot of kind of contractual issues with people. Don't really know too much about it. I think it's just the normal kind of money side of things being a problem. But now he's with Boxer, and this will be his first fight with Boxer. Okolie is powerful. He sets up with the jab. He's long. He has very good body shots. He has an imposing jab. He has a big right hand. He's best when he's at range, and he has one punch power. All of that arguably was shown in his last fight. I don't think he was fighting his best in his last fight. I mean, he did set up with the jab. He did show his length, and that sounds strange, but he did kind of dominate with the jab and impose with the jab, like I said. He did use that big right hand to score, 2-3 knockdowns. He was the better at range. There was a lot of clinches in that fight, but when Okolie was at range, he was finding the more success and was managing to get the knockdowns from that kind of range. Okolie, like I said, he clinches lots, especially in that last fight. He does struggle to find range at times. He smothers his work. He gets dragged into wars when he shouldn't have to. He's not the best on the inside. He has poor accuracy. He's somewhat predictable. He can get caught flat-footed. He can't always find openings, and he can seek knockouts. It sounds like I'm just piling on the bad things about him here, but I mean, it wasn't a great fight, his last fight, to be completely honest. He didn't look overly impressive in that last fight. That kind of smothering of work and being, I suppose, dragged into a war in a way was just something that I didn't need to happen. When he was using the jab, he looked good. That was where he was the most dominant. I did say he is a bit predictable. He will kind of use the jab, throw the right, and it's gonna either hit the body or hit the head. That's all it's gonna do. It's not really an uppercut. It's not really gonna go straight. It's not really. It's somewhat predictable, and I think the fact that he is just setting up with the left and then just going with the right every time, it can be somewhat predictable. He does get caught flat-footed at points, especially because he's using that range, which is something he has to do. But when Czeslak was coming and trying to attack him, that was where he was smothering his work and he was getting caught flat-footed. So I think maybe somebody with power might be able to come in and possibly score a knockdown against him. He does struggle at points to find openings, especially if you've got a high guard. And he did seemingly try and seek a knockout, which he didn't really need to do in that fight versus versus Czeslak. He was winning the fight by far and didn't really need to seek for that knockout, and he still did anyway. So that was something that was a bit irresponsible and a bit ill-disciplined of him. Light, though, is powerful. He has good shot selection. He has good body work. He is aggressive. He feints well. He's fast. He has good combinations. He walks you down. He has high volume, and he controls the center. Something that Okolie doesn't always do is control the center, and it's nice to see that Light does that. He is also powerful. Maybe not as powerful as what Okolie is, but it's that good shot selection, that speed, and them combinations, which is something I like from Light. It's not overly something you see loads in this kind of weight division, but some of his fights he's looked very dominant just from out punching the opponent and using his volume well, and he does seem to feint well as well. When he's coming in, he can feint well, catch you off guard. He will constantly walk you down. Like I said, he's very aggressive as well. Overall, I'd say a good, well-rounded fighter. Of course, he has his problems. He'll stand straight on. He's not got the best of conditioning. He gets caught with counters, and he also has a low guard, as well as like Okolie, that low guard. So possibly Okolie might be able to work against that counter, and I suppose if Okolie doesn't mind being on the outside, that he can probably try counter from there. But I think what Light's going to have to do in this fight is just kind of keep it at the close range and not let Okolie use his jab and not let him set up the shots, because if he can do that, I think there is a chance of him being able to win this fight. I think possibly Okolie might be overlooking this fight. Obviously, he's had a bit of time out of the ring. He might be seeing this fight as a kind of warm up fight, and I think he is overlooking Light as an opponent here, and it could come to bite him. Of course, Okolie is the favourite for this fight, and I think that Light will win via TKO in round 10. I think that is his. If he can keep up, like I said, I don't think his gas tank's amazing, Light, but if he can keep that kind of volume up, he could be onto a big win. And if he can keep coming forwards and keep the range close, I think he could be onto something. Okolie's probably going to smother him and probably try clinch him a lot, and it probably isn't going to be the most entertaining of fights, but Light's going to have to do what he's going to have to do here, and if to any way to getting a win, that's probably the best way. And possibly by the 10th round, if he's just clinching the whole time, Light might be up for that. And yeah, I think there is a possibility if he catches Okolie being kind of caught flat-footed, I suppose. I think he has a chance of winning. I think he will win via TKO in round 10, like I said. And then, I mean, he might have fight Okolie again, depending on how close this fight is. He possible other opponents, Briedis, Tabiti, other opponents. I'd just like to name them too, because I think they could be good steps up from Okolie. Okolie, of course, is the champion at the moment, so that means that Light is going to be a champion if he wins. But yeah, that's kind of my prediction. I know it's a bold prediction and a bit of an unexpected one. We'll have to see what happens, but yeah, that is it for today's video. Hope you did enjoy. Like the video if you did, like, subscribe if you're new, and thanks for watching.